Allu Arjun sir, I think again his professionalism and his like this urge to be the best. Pushpa 1 was almost just like a introduction to Srivalli's character.
Yeah.
And the story is going to be held in the second half of this film. I definitely want to work with Ram Charan sir. I want to work with Prabhas sir. I am working with Bunny sir, so that's fine. And then I want to definitely I want to do a film with Yash sir.
Vijay Deverakonda. And the fact that you always beat him at board games.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes. He's always, doing the best that he can for his films. And I think that's very admiring.
So I've been told from the time that I started doing interviews at Gulte, she was almost going to be one of my first interviewee. And now I finally got Rashmika Mandanna on the couch with me only for the Gulte audience. Before I begin, Nenu Neenu Chala Premistunnanu.
Oh, well done.
I'm so happy.
Now, do you want to repeat it in all the different languages as well?
It's
you
like
should learn.
Ami tomake khub bhalobashi in Bengali.
Ami tumake
Khub bhalobashi.
khub bhalobashi.
In Hindi it's मैं तुमसे बहुत प्यार करता हूँ.
मैं तुमसे बहुत प्यार करता हूँ.
अब now बाकी language तो I don't know.
Okay, let's go. You said Telugu. Tamil. Na unnai kadulikre.
Na unnai
romba kadulikre, I think.
Na unnai romba kadulikre.
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 Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
Na unnai romba kadulikre.
Okay, I hope I'm right first of all. Kannada is ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
నాకు నిన్న ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಉಂಡು.
ಬಾರೆ ಬಾಬಾ हो गया खत्म. This is my language coming. You know, I have promised Gulte team that in 1 year I will learn their language. I'm trying, hopefully. But you have been the voice and face of change because you have been one person who's traveled across industries, especially. How does it feel? Because when I got the Gulte offer, the first thing that I did was I told you that this is what I'm doing.
So happy for you, first of all.
Thank you.
And I think it's just my little way of giving back for all the love that I get. I just feel like me speaking in, their own language and me doing films in their own language sort of like makes me feel closer to them. So I feel like this is, like, of course, it's a lot of hard work to learn a new language.
True.
And, you have to constantly sit and write and learn your dialogues, by heart your dialogues. But, even before going on stage, you're sitting and, you know how in board exam you're like, you're doing that? That's carried on through my life even now. But I just feel like those are the hard work that you do to give back the love that you get.
You know, you're in Hyderabad most of the times, and people from Gulte really love you. Like, they've waited for this interview to happen, and they've told me that I must tell you this, that they love you there.
Aww,
and
that's so sweet.
It's also because you generate a lot of love. Do you remember the first Telugu film that you did, and how did you get it? Like, was it a chance film, or was it like, did it happen like with full planning?
Chalo was my first Telugu film, and I think Chalo was when my director, who was a debutant director at that time, came to me after watching my film Kirik Party, because it did so well and they saw me on the film and the songs and everything, and he thought that I would fit perfectly for the role, and he came to me. And for me, Telugu was such a new language that I was like, I'm unsure, like not so sure if I want to do the film. But I think because it was just like a college subject, and it was interesting because it was at the border of Tamil and Telugu, and it was quite interesting, and I was a Tamil girl in a Telugu film. So
That's true.
it was all of that, and I was like, okay, fine, maybe, why not? It's a good thing, good opportunity sir is giving me, and I did the film. And I think before Chalo released itself, I got Geetha Govindam again. So I was shooting for a film called Anjani Putra in Kannada and Chamak in Kannada, and shooting for Chalo and Geetha Govindam at the same time,
Wow.
all of these. So basically what I'm doing now has been
Like been a pattern.
yeah, it's been going on since then. And that's how I got into the industry. So it was mainly because of my friend Venki. Now he's my best friend, but back then it was because of him.
And I have to tell you that Geetha Govindam is one of your best performances.
Yeah,
How many
yeah.
times have you heard that?
As in, I think people call me madam because in the film he ends up calling me madam so many times that people also start calling me madam, Geetha madam. But I think that film I have to completely give it to my director, because back then I had a lot of issues with my language, and again I had to say it by heart and everything. But what was the best part about the film was that Parashuram sir, my director, he would enact the scenes and he would be like, this is how I want, and then I would just copy him with my, of course, my body language and everything, and it worked. So I think I have to give a lot of credit to sir, and at the same time we shot so much. And again, Vijay and I became like really good friends, and sort of like just the chemistry worked and everything. So yeah, I think I have to give Geetha Govindam success to my producers, director, and my co-actor.
I remember having this conversation with you last year when you were saying that, I don't want to be restricted because of language. I want to do every language movie.
Yeah.
Today, we see that turning into a reality.
Yeah.
Today, you see everybody, there's crossovers happening.
Yeah.
Gulte is a crossover for me.
Yeah.
So there are crossovers happening in every field. The dimensions have broadened, and the gap has been bridged to a large extent.
Yeah.
Does it make you happy today?
Absolutely. I think, like I keep saying, this is our Indian film industry, and it's going to be one of the biggest industries in the world. Because we have so much content here, because I feel like every 100 kilometers you travel, there's a new language, there's a new accent, and at the same time there's a new culture.
True.
So I feel like there's so many stories which are untold to be told, and the reception of a story which is so rooted and so real is getting such reception. So I think it's wonderful. And I think just this language barrier that we have had so long has finally come down, and now it just depends on if you give a different story or an interesting story or a real rooted story, and it's working. So I'm so very happy. I just feel like now audiences everywhere are, so like they're exposed to world cinema that they're very critical about the craft that comes out, but at the same time, if they really like something, they celebrate it to the next level.
Your film Pushpa was the one that pushed that door.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel? Because Srivalli and Sami, I think became like anthems, and then Ooh Antava, I think it's gone crazy. That movie was iconic in every way, and it actually pushed that envelope and made sure that somewhere there was a point where South was treated like South character, but today people actually treat everybody as an Indian actor. Even Wikipedia says that. That was a film that really pushed it.
For me, I think with Pushpa, I just believe that why it turned out to be such a massive thing, like it's a phenomena, what Pushpa has created. Why I think that's happened is because Sukumar sir, being the director that he is, he's completely rooted. He's so raw, and like every scene, every angle that you look on in the film, there's something different, and it's so raw and it's so like real. We had to actually, I was in Tirupati, and then I went to basically I'd met so many girls from Chittoor to get their body language, and that's how I could walk a certain way, I could talk a certain way, and the language was way different from a normal Telugu. So I think we made all of this efforts as actors itself, and of course he's a master of its own. So I think everything just was so different from what the industry was providing that it just made people go like, wow, there's something like this. It's amazing, you know. And of course, like Allu Arjun sir's performance, which is out of the like world.
Yeah, incredible.
Incredible. So I think all of this just sort of added up. And DSP's music, of course. And Sammy is there, and all of us, like I'm doing Sami, and all of that. I think everything just added up and just became one magic.
But do you see the change in perception towards actors from, you know, Hyderabad and, you know, from the Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam and yeah, these industries actually?
Yes, of course. Actually, to be honest, I used to come to Bombay for meetings before, like right after Dear Comrade release. This was in those 18 or 19, right, like just before the pandemic. And the treatment of us back then was way different from after the pandemic. Like I could see the difference in how people treated me itself. And I was like,
how?
Like initially, you know, we had to sit in the office, and sometimes when they didn't have time, we would just like go back. They weren't really up for meeting. They were like, what is happening? And some people watched like my previous films and they really liked it, but they would meet and just be like, that's it. But after pandemic, suddenly things just changed so massively, and they were like more like accepting of us, of me. And then I was like, what changed? Like, I'm just the same person as then and now. Yeah. But I think like the films which, you know, was created, and people, like of course through pandemic, they were so much on social media and they saw personalities more. And they were like, okay, this person, I want to meet her. And after that, I get so many calls and I'm like, what changed? You know? I'm like, did I do something different? But of course, the rest is how you see it.
But you know, you're widely loved in the Telugu film industry, especially because Gulte is from Hyderabad. So when you go to Hyderabad, I want to know what are the things that you usually do. Do you sneak into places like hide karke and all that? Do you do that?
No, honestly, see, like Karnataka is home. Tamil, I feel like there's one unsaid connection with me and Chennai, because of course when I was a baby, I grew up in Chennai types, and I love TN. And then when it comes to Hyderabad again, it's like most of my friends are from Hyderabad and work is happening in Hyderabad, and it's like first home is Karnataka, second home is Hyderabad, you know, like Telangana. So I feel like when I go back, it's not like I do something like this where I have to cover my face and all, but I just go into random cafes, I'll go meet everyone, and then some people don't even recognize me, honestly. They'll be like, wait, are you Rashmika? Are you not? And I'm like, I'm not.
You've done that?
I've done that too many times. And people believe it, because I still like to go to the theatres and watch films, you know. And when I walk into the theatre, everyone are like, oh, okay, fine. And then nobody recognizes, and one person does, and that person will scream, and the rest of them get to know. Otherwise, I'm good. But yeah, it's not it's not like I feel like a superstar. I just walk in comfortably, go eat my little, you know, dessert or drink a little coffee and come out very comfortable.
But you have another big release, which is from South, basically, which is from the Tamil film industry, Varisu releasing in Jan. So are you excited? Because I think you manifested this. You
totally
loved Sir Vijay sir.
Yeah, I totally did manifest this. I'm very excited, and I feel like I said, Tamil industry again, I feel like I'm very close to. My first release was Sultan, and this is going to be my second Tamil release, and I'm very excited, and especially it's because it's with Sir, which I know my parents are going to watch it at least like 4-5 times just because I'm on the same screen as him. But he's been an absolute gentleman, you know, towards me in the whole shooting time. He's just been himself. He's been comfortable. At the same time, he's just like, he's such an easy person to work with, you know. I had a ball of a time, and I'm very excited for the release. Jan 11th, yay!
What apart from this actually are you doing? Maybe Pushpa 2, when is it starting?
Pushpa, I think, is going to start Jan or Feb. I've given dates for both the months, but yeah, it depends on when the set is going to get ready and everything, I think.
You know, your character in the first part, towards the end, has a different arc.
Yeah.
Because when we see the last scene and he's missing from the wedding, and you know, there's a streak of arrogance and negativity or negativeness, villainy in Allu Arjun's character towards the rise of power, like they say. Will your character have a different standpoint in part 2, just standing against that power?
So, interestingly put, but I have to say that Pushpa was supposed to be one film, where in the first half my character was supposed to be whatever you saw, and the second half the character, like the arc was going to change. Because her life is also changed with Pushpa's, right? Now that it's divided into 2 halves, first half was what my character was till the interval, and post interval the arc of the character is going to change, which is the second half. So of course, like for me, I felt like for Pushpa 1 was almost just like a introduction to Srivalli's character.
Yeah.
And the story is going to be held in the second half of this film. Like every time people are like, okay, like Srivalli is there, but what is she doing? And I'm like, watch out for the second half.
Killing it.
Yeah. So as in, I knew what the flow was going to be like. So I was like, watch out for the second half. You'll get to know what Srivalli is.
You know, one thing that got me really excited before coming here when I was reading up, because I think I am a person who loves you as a human being, as an artist, and I love Vijay Deverakonda as a human being.
Yeah.
Like I met him only once, but I was very intimidated before meeting him.
Oh, yeah?
And he pulled my leg, and how for that, he and Ananya especially. But there's been chatter about you both doing a film together. There have been a lot of news reports that you guys are doing a film together after Dear Comrade, if I'm not wrong. Is there a plan?
No, as of now, no. But I hope it happens this year or the next, because I feel like I've gotten a lot of messages from our well-wishers saying it's been a while that we've come on screen together. But again, we want to just do justice to that, and we want to wait for a script which is, I want to wait for a script which is, justifying both of our personalities and characters for the release. So I'm just like, I hope I get to work with him, because I've absolutely loved working with him, and he's an amazing actor. So now I feel like I've improved so much from Geetha Govindam and Dear Comrade that I want to see. You have that thing, okay, you want to see, how much better can you be, So I want him to see me perform, and I'm waiting for his reaction ki, okay, have I improved, have I not improved, what can I improve on, and all of that. But yes, I hope it happens next year or the next.
Are there any actors from the Telugu or the Tamil or the Kannada or Malayalam film industry who you would love to work with?
I have a lot of names. You have to just
Done.
stand.
We are going to manifest it.
Okay, sweet. I'm going to start. I definitely want to work with Ram Charan sir. I want to work with Prabhas sir. I am working with Bunny sir, so that's fine. Thank God. And then I want to definitely work. I want to do a film with Yash sir, Dulka. As in, I've already done.
Dulka and you should do a film where you both are romantically paired up with each other. You want to mean that? I'm manifesting it.
No, I've of course worked in Sita Rama, but we've never had like
the
this,
romantic pairing.
Also, just an encounter, He was just like, he met the younger me, and then all of that. But Dulka, I really want to work with, because he's just such a sweetheart. And then Fahad sir. And I have a huge list. I want to work with Karthik, I want to work with Varun, I have a huge list.
Which is lovely.
Hrithik sir. Okay,
we will manifest all of it, because anyway we want to see you in different language movies, so this can work out.
See, I'm going to be in the industry for a long time.
Lovely.
Like all these people, if I want to work with, then it's going to be a long time.
And I will quickly do like a rapid fire where I'm going to give you actors' names.
Okay.
And you have to tell me one thing that you admire the most or love the most about them.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay. As
So,
long as you don't like expect me to choose actors,
not
I
make
feel
you
like that's
choose.
very mean.
I
of
will not
me.
make you choose.
Yeah.
I will not put you through any kind of those kind of pressures.
Okay.
So Ram Charan.
I think he just has this amazing and beautiful screen presence. I think just when he comes on screen, it just lightens up the screen.
Junior NTR.
Dancing skills. Oh my god. I've heard, like, I've never met Sir, and NTR Sir I really want to work with also. I've never met Sir, I think, but I've heard that he dances like how, right? And he never rehearses for it. I'm like, I want to see how that works, because I really am curious. Because I take minimal rehearsals also, but I just feel like it's, you know, rehearsing with a team also brings that comfort.
That's true.
But how does Sir do? Okay, I'm going to stop talking. No. Okay, just keep going.
Vijay Deverakonda.
I think he's so professional when it comes to his work that he's always thinking about something. He's always, doing the best that he can for his films. And I think that's very admiring.
And the fact that you always beat him at board games.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, always. No, actually, no, he's very competitive.
Listen,
like that.
you told me you actually do, and then I asked him and he said that really, did she say that?
Okay, let's maintain this. I do. Are we going to have this banter? Okay, I do.
I think I'm gonna make both of you sit in. I'll host that board game.
Yeah. You watch us play and you'll see me win.
Okay, Sai Pallavi.
Again, the dancer in her, I think, just that she's come from this dancer background and she's just carried that grace throughout in her films and all, like, as well, is just like very admiring about her.
Allu Arjun.
Allu Arjun sir, I think, again, his professionalism and his like this urge to be the best. Like, I think that's amazing.
Samantha.
Sammy, I think, just the wonderful girl, like the lady she is. She's graceful, she's got a beautiful heart, and I think she's just like a person that I'd always want to protect.
Yeah.
I'm a very possessive mama when it comes to her.
I would like to ask you on this that, when the news came out, she's been a fighter and she's always gonna win because she's brave. She's brave girl. I keep texting her and whenever I see something, I'm like,
Yeah.
you're doing it.
Yeah.
When you heard this, you heard it much before and you knew about it much before she announced it. Did it, because you're friends, how did you take it?
Actually, I heard it when she put it out there because also I didn't think she wanted to talk about something like that before she was willing for the world to know. So I got to know when she posted up about it, and of course it's a very, like, I only wish the best for her because I want her to, I've always admired her, I've always looked up to her, and when you look up to someone, you want them to win through all of their battles. So it's the same with me, like about 7 years ago, it's the same with me even now. And I think I'm always going to be this person who's extremely possessive of her and who's only wishing for the best for her, because she's a woman of like utmost care, grace and love, and I want the world to have only love for her.
And you've always given out love to the world. May you continue to be the person you are, Rashmika, and I will always maintain this, that there are it's a rare quality to make sure or have that desire to make other people around you smile, even when deep down you may not be in that zone to smile yourself.
Yeah.
And it takes guts, it takes gumption, and it takes a lot of kindness to be the person you are. May this tribe vibe and thrive, because we need more of you. And thank you for doing this. People
And
at
we
Gulte
need more
love
of you.
Love you so much. People at Gulte love you, and I love you so much.
Thank you. You know I love you too. Hi everyone, here's me wishing you all a very, very happy new year. Make sure that you take care of yourselves and make sure that you spread love and kindness, and yes, spend more time with your families and friends, make as many memories this year hence. And you're watching us on Gulte. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Only love to you.